Good morning and welcome to Thursday's Early Morning Intuitive Guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, America's kick-ass coach and psychologist, here with some words of wisdom to get you off and rolling for this fine Thursday. And I'm sitting here smirking because I have to share a funny with you. But I'm going to give it a minute until a couple of you have popped on, because it's always fun to tell a story to somebody, right? So we'll start with our breathing as always. Nice deep belly breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Let your shoulders drop. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good morning, Janine. You're the first one popping on. We're just starting with our breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good morning, Joe Neal. Welcome, welcome. Feeling things beginning to settle and calm within you. You're now probably to the point. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good morning, Carolyn. You found me. You're probably now to the point where when you begin the breathing, your body goes, okay, I know this. I know what to do. Good morning, Cindy. Glad you're here. Waving back at you. And Joe Neal, drive safely. Enjoy your time with your grandbaby. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Just feeling that peace and calm beginning to settle your body. So now I got to share a funny story. I talked to my amazing virtual assistant, Morgan, yesterday. And if any of you ever need a fabulous virtual assistant, she's your gal. Morgan Ives, Ives. You can Google her, she'll pop up. Awesome young woman. And we were having a conversation yesterday on several fronts. Like, she loves doing things for me on Instagram. I'm more of a Facebook girl. So she was talking about, okay, well, if you can videotape your early morning, videotape, you can tell my era, right? Early morning intuitive guidance twice, like once on your computer, and then have your phone in the vertical position for Instagram. So the computer would be doing the Facebook thing, the phone would be doing the Instagram thing, and I'm like, oh my God, don't blow my circuits. I'll probably try it eventually one of these days. But I know the last time when we had the modem glitch, and I was trying to get, good morning, Gwen, trying to get this thing to do the video on my computer, which I do Zoom videos from my computer all the time. I don't know why I was having trouble getting it to do a Facebook video, but nonetheless, I still have that feeling of panic because I knew you were all waiting for me. And it's like, God darn it, equipment, work for me here. You know, it's kind of, I just expect it to always work. That's an immigrant kind of a thing. When we're not comfortable with technology, we expect things that it isn't capable of, like working all the time. Good morning, Beth. Glad you're here. So she's making all these suggestions. Well, you could do some B-roll, and that would be helpful to me too. And I'm like, B-roll? What the hell is B-roll? So she explained, it's just me taking video of myself doing mundane things that she then puts in the background of copy that she puts on the front. And I'm like, and then she sent me an example, and I'm like, oh, okay, I've seen those. I've watched that. I didn't know that was what it was called. So this morning, I did 3 little B-rolls, one of me putting books in a box, one of me pulling files out of a drawer, and I can't remember what the third one was at this point. A, it feels silly. B, I wasn't sure I was getting a good angle, and I had to turn my tripod, my Walmart tripod, which is rock on, $14.95 or whatever the heck it was. And I bought a spare because that's a Bonnie thing to do. If one's good, 2 are better. And then when this one breaks, which it inevitably will because it's equipment, right? Then I have the other one right here and I don't have to run to Walmart. Anywho, back to the story. Send me, yes, I will send you Morgan's contact information. You're going to love her. She's amazing. So made my little B-rolls, and then I'm like, cool, now I'm going to send them to her. And I gotta show you. I'm a write it down kind of gal. Here are my directions for then forwarding said B-roll to Morgan so that she can do something with it. But in the process of doing that, I was piling these books into a box, right? And I write notes on everything. it used to drive me crazy when my mother had these little scraps of paper laying all over the place with all the things that had to be done, right? I do the same thing. So I picked up this stack. I picked up a book, and inserted in the book was a piece of paper I've been looking for. Good morning, Joe Bell. Glad you are here. So I kind of had that concept of the cobbler's kids have no shoes. Yeah. So Bonnie the Clutter Clear Queen has a pile of papers that need to be addressed, right? So anyway, now sitting on my bed are 3 piles of things that need to be addressed. And I actually pulled 4 binders off of my desk. They are done. I don't use them anymore. Why have them sitting on my desk, taking up space? The more vast expanse of desk there is, the better. Sorry to hear it's freezing. God darn it. So there we are again with that technology thing, right? But I think you're going to love this reading. This is a really cool one from the infamous Tosha Silver, Outrageous Openness. Yes, I think it might be in the gene pool. Do you think it's a genetic thing? Because then we could blame it on, that double helix thing. We're just wired this way. We have to have little pieces of paper laying around. Whatever. So anyway, here's the little piece of paper that I was looking for with my little diagram for cutting a board. Yay, now I found it. Our Tosha chapter for the day, Letting the Divine Take the Lead, is on page 53 for those of you who have the book. Now I need to grab a drink. Oh, and I've been meaning to say this and I keep forgetting, because oftentimes I want to remind everyone that if you would like to get these early morning intuitive guidances in an email, just send me the word yes at bonnie@empowermentandpurpose.com, and I'll send you these via email. I think I've got like 76 people who get it via email every day. So if you would rather do that, bonnie@empowermentandpurpose.com. So our title for the chapter is called Volcano Chaser, but I didn't think that really was resonating for most people. And if some people were kind of whipping past my YouTube page and happened to see Volcano Chaser, I didn't think that would grab them as much as the quote from Rumi that's on this page, which is, "Move, but don't move in the way fear makes you move. Move, but don't move in the way fear makes you move." Oh, there you go. Yes. Nope, it's Volcano Chaser. Sorry. But I just thought that was such a powerful quote. Move, but don't move the way fear makes you move. Again, it goes back to how many of us are playing not to lose instead of playing to win. Stop hedging your bets. Let's do this thing. Let's do this thing called life. Because, again, thank you, Cindy. I greatly appreciate that. When we get to the end of our lives, I think many of us are going to have regrets about what we did not do. Not regrets about what we did do. Okay? So take some risks. Try some things. Screw some stuff up. Fall on your face. Pick yourself up. Okay, now I gotta wipe my nose off because it got dirty when I hit the ground. What's next? Little kids do this fabulously, don't they? They fall on their butts, they fall on their heads, they fall on their backs, they bang their heads, they cry a little bit, someone gives them a kiss, and on they go. We need to have more of that resilience. Dig that up. We got it. So here's the story of a guy who made choices out of fear and how well that worked out for him. When I was 22 and new to San Francisco, I became friends with a writer named Stephen. Good morning, Linda. Welcome. We hung out in the Bohemian Mission District with a pack of other artsy types, feeling at home for the first time in our lives. Found their tribe, found their people. The practical rebels, finding our people, right? It makes life so much easier when we walk the earth path with our people. People who get us, right? And was talking recently with someone, here I go on a tangent again, but follow along. Next chapter, here we go, top verse. Talking with someone about how arduous and uncomfortable and sad it is when we have those periods of our lives where we're stumbling along and people don't get us. People just don't get us. Whether we're someone who's a deep thinker, whether we're someone who's a little quirky, like good old Tosha here, I'll bet you a nickel she had big chunks of time in her life where she did not feel like she belonged, right? So now she's found her pack. She's found her peeps. Good morning, Bobby, one of my peeps. When we find our people, it's like a huge sigh of relief. Ah, there you are, my people. The ones who get me. The ones who are as quirky as I am, right? So, after a few months, Stephen suddenly declared that he was leaving the city. Good morning, Robin. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. I think you'll like this story. He said he was ready to settle down in the countryside, find a mate, even have a kid. Man, did that sound suspect. Like having your favorite gay cousin announce that he was running off to join the Latter-day Saints or the Knights of Columbus or something. Then he admitted that though he loved the Bay, he was terrified of an earthquake. After spending months hunting the statistically safest place to move, he had settled on rural Washington state. But you belong here, I protest. How can you leave? You panic when you can't even get a good burrito. He acknowledged that while he had no real pull to go, he was desperate for a safe home. He knew in astrology that Pluto was coming into his nadir, the bottom of his chart, soon. He felt a major disaster could hit at any moment. So again, he's playing not to lose. He's not playing to win here. He's playing not to lose. You know, he said, shaking his head sadly, I just can't live on the San Andreas Fault anymore, wondering if my building will still be standing each night when I get home from work. I can still remember the day we all said goodbye at 19th and Guerrero by his studio. For good luck, and because this was the 80s, and because they're a quirky bunch of folks, we smashed a bottle of cheap champagne on the fender of his peeling blue Dodge, and then he was gone. None of us heard a peep until 9 months later, when Stephen sheepishly phoned one day to say he was returning. What happened? I asked, elated. Well, darling, remember last May when Mount St. Helens blew for the first time since 1857? And you know that safe haven I had spent so long scientifically picking? I had moved to the town of Cougar, 11 miles away. I lost most of my clothes, books, even my 10-speed. Every square inch was packed with ash. I can still smell and taste it all 2 months later. He sniffled. You know, I'd kill right now for a tofu burrito, extra cheese, guac, and salsa. I swear there's not a decent one in this whole frickin' state. Geez, I am so damn ready to come home. Stephen returned to the mission by the end of the summer. We took him out to La Cumbra on Valencia. Yes, California. His favorite dive. To this day, he says he's glad it all happened. He never made a decision from fear again. Okay? So, take a breath. Let it go. Where are you lying to yourself? Where are you pretending not to know that you're playing small? Where are you pulling up short, not quite going there all the way, not letting yourself engage fully with something, someone, whatever? Where? Speak it out loud. It's at my job. It's with regard to this program. It's going back to school. It's in my relationship. It's my relationship with my parents. Whatever. Put it out there. What is it? This story is your warning shot across the bow that playing that way, holding back part of yourself, not going all in, is costing you. So he moves to the place that's statistically most safe, and the damn volcano blows up. Don't try outrunning stuff. Turn and face it. My favorite children's book ever, if you can ever get a hold of a copy of this, grab it, is Donna Onishuk Got Chased by Some Cows. Fabulous book. And the whole gist of it is, over the course of this thing, she's running away, and more and more things and people and places and whatever are chasing her until she finally gets to the end, and she turns around and she goes, what do you want? And they want head pats, because her head pats are so awfully good. But she's been running, trying to get away from this thing when it was all good that was waiting for her, that was actually pursuing her. So let's stop running. Take another breath. Your good is waiting right there for you. Right there for you. When you stop playing small, when you stop playing not to lose, when you put both feet in, good shit's gonna unfold. All right? So that is our lesson for today. I hope you have an awesome Thursday. I have a coffee date this morning, so I'm excited about that. Well, I'm glad you love me. That is awesome. Love you too. We need more boisterous people in the world, don't we? We need more people with enthusiasm and energy. And I had someone who was telling me she went to church for Easter and just how lackluster the congregation was. She said, I think me and the person beside me were the only two singing. Nobody had any oomph. We need to find our oomph again. Oomph got a little bit smushed down in the COVID era. Time to set it free again. And my quote, where the heck did my quote go? Probably in the pile of little favors, right? But one of my favorite peeps that I watch on YouTube, young woman, she's not even 30 yet, she said, I would rather be remembered as being too much for people than be forgotten. I thought that was pretty cool. So you go, girl. All right. Have an awesome Thursday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Find our oomph. Yep, that's what we're doing. Practical rebels find their oomph using relentless incrementalism. Rock on. I love this. This is good stuff. See you tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are, including playing to win, playing big, stepping in with both feet. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.